India temporarily restricted Telegram, a messaging app used by 150 million people. Not because of terrorism, not because of a cyber attack, not because of a war, because of an exam. That sounds strange, but that's exactly what happened. And the story behind it is even stranger. Because this isn't really a story about Telegram. It's a story about what happens when millions of students, a high-stakes exam, social media, rumors, and government power all collide at the exact same time. And it all comes down to one question. In the internet age, how do you protect trust in an exam when information, both true and false, can reach millions of people in seconds? To answer that, we need to start with NEET. Every year, millions of students take NEET, India's largest medical entrance examination. For many families, it is more than a test. It is years of sacrifice, years of preparation, and a chance to become a doctor. On May 3, 2026, millions of students appeared for the exam. The test ended. Students went home. Everything seemed normal. Then, the rumors started. People began talking about possible paper leaks. Questions started spreading online. Was the exam fair? Did some students get an unfair advantage? Nobody seemed to know for sure. But one thing was clear. People were beginning to lose trust in the exam. And once trust starts disappearing, every decision becomes controversial. The pressure kept growing. Students wanted answers. Parents wanted answers. Eventually, authorities made a dramatic decision. The original exam would be canceled. A retest would be held. For many students, it felt like reaching the finish line of a marathon and then being told to run the race again. But canceling the exam created another problem. How do you convince millions of students that the second attempt will be fair? The answer was security. Lots of it. NEET already had security measures. But this time, authorities wanted to leave nothing to chance. Monitoring was increased. Verification procedures were strengthened. Question papers were tracked more closely. Thousands of signal jammers were reportedly deployed. Advanced monitoring systems were introduced. And perhaps the most surprising part? According to reports, even support from the Indian Air Force was used to help transport exam materials safely. Think about that. An entrance exam, receiving the kind of security planning most people would never expect. But then came the decision that grabbed national attention. Telegram was temporarily restricted. The government said some groups were using the platform to spread fake paper leaks, scams, and misleading information aimed at students. Officials believed removing individual groups wasn't enough. They felt stronger action was necessary. But this is where the story becomes complicated. Because many people immediately asked a different question. Why Telegram? After all, fake information can spread through WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, X, or almost any other platform. So why focus on Telegram? The government said Telegram's architecture made it easier for large groups to share information quickly and reach huge numbers of people. Critics were not convinced. Telegram argued that millions of ordinary users were being affected because of a small number of people misusing the platform. Soon, the fight reached the courts. And while that debate was happening, another twist appeared. Messages claiming that the retest paper had leaked began spreading online. The claims quickly went viral. Students became worried again. But later, authorities said those claims were fake and launched investigations. Yet even then, the challenges were not over. During the retest, reports emerged from Bihar that several people had been detained over suspected impersonation attempts. In simple terms, authorities suspected that some candidates may have been trying to take the exam on behalf of others. And that's when people realized this wasn't really just about Telegram. Telegram was only one part of a much larger problem. The real challenge was protecting an exam taken by millions of students. An exam where even a rumor can create panic. An exam where trust is almost as important as the questions themselves. The retest finally happened, but the debate continued. Some people believed the government did what was necessary. Others believed it went too far. So, what should we take away from all of this? Maybe it's this. In the past, protecting an exam meant protecting a question paper. Today, it also means dealing with rumors, scams, fake information, social media, messaging apps, and public trust. And that might be a much harder challenge. Because in the end, most students weren't worried about Telegram. They were worried about something much simpler. After all these years of hard work, will the system be fair to me? Maybe that's what this story was really about all along. Not an app, not a court case, but millions of young people, hoping that their effort still matters. So what do you think? Was restricting Telegram a reasonable step to protect millions of students, or was it a solution aimed at the wrong problem? Let us know in the comments.